3 priests and just like mess, like get like 5 or 6 swords and just push them. If you get breakers, like breakers can still die to like militia and footmen like really well. So if you just get like casters for heal and like sources to slow, they just rape the fuck out of militia and footmen. But in this game, that's not really gonna happen. You normally, like when you get level 2 and it's pretty much nighttime, like you want to go to the shop right away and get boots. That's one of the things he doesn't do, and he loses a footman right here. I think he would have lost a footman anyway if I didn't have boots. But you see my peasant, I keep running his peasant in his base to see, if he's like teching or if he's saving, like if he's saving peasants. I remember my peasant back in his base like a while ago. I was just repeating what I was saying. So I am winning like the micro fights. Like this kid's footman micro isn't like really that good. So I think that's one thing he should definitely work on. And that's just another indication. Like I should just do like a tier 2 kind of strat where like it's like army versus I can just outmicro him like that. This is just standard, like level 2 versus level 2 fighting. And pretty much what we're waiting for, we're probably gonna have, like, if he's getting a tavern hero, which he does this game, then, like, I'm going for a panda right away. If he is going for a tavern hero and his tech is the same as mine, then we're pretty much gonna have a fight in the middle. And this is usually what happens in every human mirror game if you're straight teching. There's always gonna be a fight in the middle most of the time, like during like the after tier 2 period, just to get map control and get your second hero. So he picks up a Naga, which is kind of weird. I haven't seen it in a while. I think Naga's good if you kill like all his footmen early, and then you just get a Naga to focus like his hero and shit. So you want to micro your footman really well versus Naga. Like the second he gets a chance, he's gonna kill a footman because of cold arrows. I get a really nice surround right here, but he passes the TP. TP's his Naga. So another thing that I was gonna mention, I've been doing a lot of like getting blacksmith in human mirror, like when I straight tech the breakers. What I've noticed, like I've lost a lot of games to like other human players from not getting upgrades on my breakers. Like to be honest, like when I first saw it, I was like, wow, that's the dumbest idea. Like a blacksmith with like 4 upgrades costs like it's like so much gold, and I would rather have. And I was saying to myself, I was like, I would rather have like 3 or 4 more breakers for buying a blacksmith and getting like 2 weapon upgrades and 2 armor upgrades. Ah, that footman is still there and it's red. What is that doing there? Okay, so like after I lost to it so much, like I would watch the replay and be like, how am I losing this fight? And then I would look at my upgrades. I would have 0 and he would be 2-2, and I would seriously have like 3 or 4 more breakers in this kid and a heal scroll, and he would still win. Like when you're getting breakers and you're going for like like a breaker war, pretty much all the fights you never like focus anything unless you have like a mountain king. Like all the fights are usually just gonna be like A clicking, and then you'll just have like a line of breakers, just like a line of breakers. It's like it almost reminds me of like 300, the movie, kind of. It's just like Spartans versus Spartans. It's just like a fucking line of breakers, and pretty much you just micro the red ones, and when you have like 3 or 4 red ones, you pop a heal scroll, and then occasionally. That's the reason why I like going Panda this game, because if you Drunken Haze, if you get Drunken Haze versus Priest and you get Flame versus Priest, I think I get Drunken Haze this game. Sometimes I don't get Drunken Haze, sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. It just depends what I'm feeling. Like. I think I also got Drunken Haze because I have this mana item, Pendant of Energy, which kicks ass. Like even when I'm going Mountain King, if I get like a bigger mana pot before I'm level 2, I'll just get Thunderclap. Or if I get like a mana, I'm just get Thunderclap instead of Dash, just because you can afford to get it. But like I was saying, it's like it's like a Spartan like war. It's just like a line of breakers versus line of breakers, and what you do is like you can invis your panda and you run him behind, like you run behind the line so it doesn't get focused right away. I think that's the whole reason of him getting a Naga, is just because the Naga kind of counters Panda in a way. Like Naga counters a lot of those like melee heroes that have that need mana to do any good at all. So like I was saying, you just run your Panda behind the enemy line and you Drunken Haze and you fire the priest, and the priests won't be healing the breakers. The priests will just be healing the priests themselves. Especially when you hit a human base, always go for the vault so that they like power build another one. And I try to get this fails around with Drunken Haze. Naga's drunk, but he's still fucking fast. And Naga seriously looks like he has boots. He should really pass those boots to his Naga though. So right here, I'm just like, I'm trying to like, not really win. Maybe just get in a fight and kill some of his units so I can lose some of my footmen. But even later on, like when you get upgrades for your breakers, like footmen almost do as much damage as breakers do. I think they do like 2 or 3 less damage than a breaker, and you know breakers only have like 180. I don't know. Let me see, 420. 420. Okay, they only have 180 more health than a footman does. Granted, like you know, footmen are magic immune, but you know they're still kind of good mid game if you have upgrades. And this is kind of failed by me. Like I kind of go AFK because I was running my AN back, tried passing my TP, and breakers were too fast, so I couldn't pass it. I know he can't beat my army. Like all he has is breakers. He has no casters. He has, like I have a troll axe, and I have all my militia here. So what I just did, I just ran my hero down, and I got my tavern hero. I mean, I got my tavern hero. Yeah, I got my tavern hero back, my panda back. So this is the problem with. This is the problem what I was trying to, like, what I was experimenting with when I played in here mirror. Like, I would get a blacksmith, like, right after my tier 2 buildings are done, and then I would get upgrades, like, way too early, and then he would just push me and have, like, 5 more breakers than me. You don't really necessarily want to do that right away. Like, when you have, like, or maybe over, like, 40 food, that's when you want to build your blacksmith. And then when you have, like, 48 or, like, 46, 49 food or whatever, that's when you want to start getting upgrades. I suggest getting weapon upgrades first. Or just getting like one weapon upgrade and then 1 armor upgrade, and then go for weapon again. Because that is the whole reason of like when you're in a breaker war, when you're A-clicking, it's just like a line versus a line. You want to do the most damage, not necessarily you want them to live longer, obviously, but you have priests like armor is important, but I just think weapon upgrade is a lot more important in this kind of style fighting, like breaker versus breaker. So a lot of times, like you want to have an option to expand. Like I was saying, like you'll see in this game, like I'll keep scouting him to see if he's gonna expand or not. That reason is because if he's expanding, then I'm gonna expand. That's mostly just what I always do. Like I said in the beginning of my audio, like I'll just try and copy what my opponent's doing, and pretty much what ends up happening is we'll have like the same amount of units, and I'll just win with like out microing or outsmarting him in like a decision or something. Like I'll have like a hill scroll and who won or something like that. That's usually how the game ends when I win in here mirror. So I put up these 2 towers. Like this is pretty much just an option for me right now. I'm just putting up these 2 towers because I'm still